Okay? The boom, the great stuff, the wonderful stuff, the bounty, it's all in you gaining a better understanding of what's been happening and where you're going. Let's not get caught up in the history of third density, because once you head into fifth density, which is you're surrounded by fifth density, this is about your awareness rising to see and feel the energy you're in and the world you're in, which is a fifth density world. Hello, how are you? This is Leeloo Jane, and I am bringing you a message. And we just did a daily message, and now the guides have said we're going to do another one, and this is about the sun. We're going to talk about the sun, okay? So it's interesting, my last message was very sunny. I've just added more cover on our blind. We've got a bamboo blind, and I've covered it up a bit more because it was so bright. So they're going to start with the Archangel Power Tarot cards, and we're going to use those to talk about the sun now. So, and interesting, the sun is shining very brightly, and I did do a recording of the sunrise this morning, and I had one yesterday, a few days ago. It was quite wonderful as well. Now, we just had, at the beginning of this week, we had on the 8th, we had the 8th in America, where the solar eclipse, when a total solar eclipse went over America. In Australia, it was the 9th. So, was it the 9th? No, it wasn't. Anyway, who cares? The point is, we had one earlier in the week, right? So that had an effect on the world. It did have an effect on the world. A lot of the effect on the world was because we made the effect ourselves through anticipation and expectation. So prediction is the creative energy of our world. Just remember that. Predicting things has an effect. So I know there was a lot of that stuff going on. So 8 of Ariel is the first card they've thrown out, and I'm going to read the words attached to it. Here's a person reading in a book, and an angel is over their back. So this is an angel deck. So we've got angels with us right now. Okay. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect, considering getting additional education and training. So what you need to find out more. What I'm getting is we need to get a better grip on what's really going on, rather than feeding into the myriad of potential stories, as with the eclipse was the example of this. Like, this person said it was this person said it was going to be that, this person was expecting this to happen, this was expecting that to happen. There's like a million variations of what people were attaching to this event, of what's going to happen and what could happen, and all of this predicting and expecting and opening up potentials for, well, everything and anything just about. It maybe is time to investigate a little bit more, get a little grounded, calm your mind, calm your central energy. And I think my advice for calming oneself is to understand that you have a central energy core which connects your chakra energy centers, which are related to different aspects of your emanation to the physical world here. And you have then the outer energy body, in which everything sort of flies in and out, and it connects to the outer world, connects to other people, takes energy in and feeds your inner personal sun energy. You're actually alive because you soak in energy. Food isn't going to do it on its own. You actually have to draw in energy. You breathe in and you breathe out. So it's like in and in and out with energy, in fact. And when you get up to the perceptive awareness levels of the 6th density, and your frequency ranges change and harmonize with that, you don't eat food. You don't need to eat food, because the higher fifth density people don't all have to eat food either, because they understand now and they're functioning very comfortably and harmonizing with the fact that they are actually existing because of the energy exchange. But here we are. We're not at that point yet, are we? So there's an example of something we're not aware of. But it's an evolutionary thing. So, okay, there we go. So we need to get take pride in everything we've done. We've done really well, but we could learn some more now. And this week has been a moment where we had our minds open to all sorts of things. So there we go. That's the first card, right? Whoa! Okay. Ace of Ariel, which is it's your lucky day. New resources, money, time and support, a change in job or promotion. Okay, so yes, you're having a change in job. And I just talked about, this is all spiritual, right? Energetic, spiritual stuff. So I'm just going to share with you in this deck, right? This is relating to manifesting money and manifesting stuff, the Ariel suite. Then you've got the Michael suite, which is relating to the energy in the tarot of air, swords, right? That's the swords suite. This will be your Pentacles suite. This is your emotions, feelings, cups suite. And then there's the other one will come through as we come with it. But okay, there we go. So, oh wow, yes, Pentacles. If you're into tarot, Pentacles, Pentacles, Pentacles. So you're going to do well. You're going to manifest the treasure of understanding, awareness, and higher source of experience for you, which comes through awareness, higher awareness and understanding. And they're saying it's now time to find out. Now here we go, the Knight of Michael. And what I'm getting from this straight away, because I'm in a unity field. So when I'm doing a reading, when I'm channeling, and often when I'm just talking to anybody, it's a group event for me. It's everybody's involved, right? So this isn't just me talking. This is us having a conversation, all of us, all my guides, angels, Arcturians, Andromedans are my main assisting aids in regard to staff, Emily, because I have a strong connection to them, and I'm a child of them in a way. So and we have a great loving connection, and angels, a very strong connection to angels, and Mary and Archangel Gabriel are my particular aids in the human earth realm. So just letting that in there. So everybody's here, right? Everyone. And then I've got ancestors too. There's a particular ancestor guide from long thousands and thousands of years ago. One of the early people who walked the earth before the last ice age even started. So amazing woman. So there's some wow people helping, but they're with you too. Right? This is just my group of connections. Your group of connections is just as wow. You're just not. You're integrating in a passive way in which you don't realise you are, but you are working together. Okay, let's go forward. Sorry. I'm Mrs. Chatterbox now, getting my mojo back, it seems, in regard to videos. So, Knight of Michael, well, this is the swords, this is messaging. Now, the knights in the swords suite are inquiring, investigating, finding out. Now, this is a Knight of Michael on a female knight on a horse, and she's brave and she's finding out. Yes, you've got to be a bit brave, you've got to be a bit bold, you've got to be strong, you've got to be ready to hear what you don't want to hear. But what we're saying is that's the dark side of your evolution. But at the same time, if you had a coin and you had one side and another side, okay, there's a dark side of this coin. This one, this unique and unusual coin, has a dark side and a light side. Your light side is that this is the reality and this is the unpacking of the illusion, right? So all the negative stuff that they talk about in the world, and there's they talk about. You can say, I don't need to talk about it, it's out there. So that stuff is the real illusion of the third density. And I call it illusion because once you rise out of the third density, it doesn't govern you anymore. So if it doesn't govern you, it's not rock solid, is it? No. So we are in the process of leaving the, closing down the third density cycle of the earth and stepping into the fifth density cycle. And you might say, what happened to fourth? Fourth density is in between the two, and it is the transition mode. In fact, the truth of it is, we look to the world in third density, we think of it as the material world, but it's actually a fourth density overlay of functioning. Without the fourth density, you can't be a conscious being in a third density, really. Then you start to go back to being more of an animal without that conscious awareness. So the conscious awareness component is your fourth density, which is married to the third density if they work together. And then your fifth density is like a totally new awareness set, a new awareness capability. And the consciousness level in the background of the fifth density is the sixth density, but it's a totally different thing to the fourth and third density because it's just a different creature altogether, totally different situation. So that's, I hope that made sense. So here you are. You're getting quite a download of information today. Okay, the boom, the great stuff, the wonderful stuff, the bounty, it's all in you gaining a better understanding of what's been happening and where you're going. Let's not get caught up in the history of third density, because once you head into fifth density, which is you're surrounded by fifth density, this is about your awareness rising to see and feel the energy you're in and the world you're in, which is a fifth density world. Now people call it dimension, which is a third density illusionary description. Remember, here we go, sorry. All of your third and fourth density descriptions, use of words and often symbols are backward representations because our culture got backwardified. I just made that word up. They're backwardified. Everything got flipped because certain beings that really do well in that density energy didn't want you to leave them. So they said, our purpose for being in the third and fourth density was to go through the trials, the hero's journey stuff, all that, progress through learning and adding value to our understanding and our existence, making it a rich existence, and then gaining awareness that goes beyond and branches beyond the third and fourth density. That's a stepwise process of growth, development, and understanding. So what happened was, through that entire program, just like a game, you get little things, little symbols drop in and things that are meaningful to help you on your journey. Those that are already naturally, organically only that density of energy, they're not fifth, sixth density beings, they're only fourth density, and they can't evolve into the higher density. They didn't want you to leave them, they wanted you to stay, so they turned everything upside down. So dimension is the opposite of a density. A dimension is on a line, on a piece of paper. A dimension is a mathematical thing. You just do from A to B, that's it, right? That's a dimension from A to B. It's a line, it's linear, it's not expansive. The word dimension is not expansive. It is a backward word for describing higher densities of energy, different frequency ranges, different forms of existing, different ways to exist. So dimension is putting a lock on that and closing the door on it. So it's best to leave that word and go to density. I hope that makes sense for you. That's why we say density. Now, some people channel from other star nations and they still use the word dimension because people relate to it. But it's time for us to learn how to be a little bit with it. Let's be grown-ups now. We don't need to be patronised because we have been functioning in a backward mirrored world where everything was turned upside down, so that we wouldn't be able to easily find our way forward on our progression. So now it's time to say, well, let's just get it right. Let's use the right coding. Let's use the right words. Let's unlock our brains on our transcript as we go forward, instead of writing a story which keeps circling us backward and blocks us moving forward. And that's all we have to know. We don't have to go into the emotional turmoil and rigors of being flawed and shocked and horrified at all the ways that the beings who are naturally fourth, third density didn't want us to leave them. Now, don't feel sad for them. They're not meant to be holding everybody down. They're meant to be in their realm, and honestly, their progress into evolution is none of our business. That's my view. That's my personal view. It's not my business. I can't go there. I've got enough to deal with, all of humanity and the earth. That's enough for me. That's enough. Okay, that's our gig, right? Our gig is humanity. Let them do their gig. That's my view. And they should stop clinging. They're a bit clingy. They're like a battering, abusive partner that doesn't let you go. Aren't they? That's what they are. It's like, this relationship was never meant to be, babe. We were never a good match. I don't belong with you. Get real, catch up with it, and let me go. This is reality. We're not a good match. That's those fourth density, third density beings that don't want us to go up to fifth density. It's like, no. Just because I met you in a bar, play pool, doesn't mean that's my entire life. You know the story. That's it, right? Page of Raphael, a new emotional situation. Yes. Messages regarding relationships or social initiatives, intuitive insights. I don't read very well nowadays, my glasses are all foggy. Okay, there we have it. Now that just describes what I just said, that little role play I did for you. There you go, that's it. In a nutshell. No, we're done with that relationship. We just don't need it anymore. It's not for me. I'm moving on now. I want to find something that suits my harmony and harmonizes with me. Okay, so it's not getting drunk in the corner and bashing each other up. Now, Knight of Michael. Yeah, that was what we talked about. Move forward quickly. Time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotions. Sudden changes. Yep. Now, if you're leaving that awful, dysfunctional, battered relationship with that person who's not right for you, which is all those awful fourth and third density beings that don't want us to leave and go on to fifth density, right? Time to take action. What do? You say, you make a decision. You're decisive. I'm moving forward and I'm not engaging with that anymore. And you pack up your stuff, usually when they're not there because they're such an obstacle, and you just peacefully leave. That's what you do. Or you have a talk to them and you work your way through it, and you talk through it and tell them you're always going to be friends and all that sort of stuff. And you're like, let me out of here, you're nuts. Okay, right. You do it quickly. It's going to happen quickly with you, right? This is a quick move. This is a day counselling session out of that door. This is a quick move. Right. Huh. This is an interesting reading, isn't it? Now, the guides like to use cards because it's a material, multi-density transmission of energy and information. How is that so? When you look at cards, you see pictures and colours, and you add layers and layers of understanding and communication through it. And multi-density understanding is about all the layers that come with each word carries. Every word carries a vision in our mind, an image, an idea, a concept. That's what it is, right? We're actually multi-density people all the time. Our communication is always multi-density. The problem we've had is the visions and the images and the understanding that we've intuitively attached to all the words that we communicate and the images we receive and all that is always referencing backward. Once again, that backward facing thing, the mirroring everything, look backward. No, we can't do that anymore. You've got to start to look forward. Now, you could say, but all I've known is the backward. All I've had is the backward. All I can look at is what I've done and experienced, and that's all I've got, my life that I've had. But here we go. This is the learning bit, right? The truth is not that at all. You didn't know that, did you? This is the trick that we've been under. The truth is that you can connect to the forward version of your existence just as easily as the backward. But you've already done that. It's like a spent battery, right? It's got nothing, it's got no juice for you. The juice is in the forward looking perspective. So what you're supposed to be doing is finding a new perspective, not rehashing the old one. In order to find a new perspective, turn around and look in that way. The sun's over there, you know that sunny thing, that sends rays of new energy, new light, new information. As in new, I mean energy that works with your antenna DNA and enables your perception to perceive more. Now, you come from the 5th and 6th density. You don't actually come from the 4th and 3rd density. That was just your little dalliance in the experience and the adventure. You are actually from the sun. You are a being of sunlight. Angels are from the sun. Angels are sunlight beings. That's the nature of the being. We are sparks born from the great inner sun of the universe, and we are of the sun. That's our nature of being. So look toward the sun for the aligning coding that helps you to connect back to your natural state of being, and then you can leave the illusory state. And it's illusory for you because it isn't where you came from, and it's not your natural state. You're naturally 5th, 6th density on your base level, and you were playing at 3rd and 4th in order to develop values, basically. Awareness, understanding, and depth of character, all that stuff. You developed that through 3rd and 4th density by playing that role, by playing that energy, but it's not you by nature. You are a sun being, so that's why you have this energy that you breathe in and out, just like a sun, you know. So your sun sends you coding of light and love, but it sends you code. The reason it's love is because it's harmonically sympathetic and resonating in an equivalence that makes you attune. Now, what is love really? The essence of the energy of the universe is love for us, because it is perfect attunement and simpatico and unity, and that is love. And that is the core base, and it feels right and it feels good. That's because it's who we are. We are fractals of that. So the word love has been distorted in the 3rd and 4th density as well. It's not about attachment and ownership and control and loss or any of that. In the 5th and 6th density, your love is your harmonic state. Oh, isn't this lovely? I hope lots of people watch this video and get good stuff from it. It's just so wonderful, this basic truths of our existence, which I don't pick up. I don't see a lot of people talking about out there. I see a lot of people talk the same thing and just hear it over and over and over and over. I'm like, wow, it's like it's going through a 3rd density filter, and that's all that's allowed to come through. That's why some people need to listen to light language and things like that, because you've got to break through the filter of the third density, dumbing down and removing the knowledge and understanding. Whereas now you're able, your antennas picking up more activation and initiation, and you're able to hear more, see more, and get more from every multi-density transference of information. Okay, I'm just having a drink. Okay, 2 of Gabrielle. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. Yes, and here we have, this is the most interesting. We have Gabrielle, which is the other suite, which is your earth energy suite. And they are, there's the earth in the sky, and Gabrielle's up there, the representation of this suite of the tarot, and these 2 people taking the journey. And it's really the one man, and he has a choice. He can walk this journey impoverished, or he can walk the journey really altogether feeling comfortable, well clothed, and doing well. And that's the image on it. I'll try and get the light out of it. Can you see? How about that? That's a bit better. Can you see that? It's really the same person taking the journey. How will you take your journey? Will you be looking backward, or you be looking forward? And then 4 of Michael, insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep and time off. You do need sleep while you are upgrading and integrating energies, and your DNA is coming online. The need for more sleep, yes, seek relief from the stress of it. Now, what we've got here is, yes, this is options. Now, all these, this person's asleep next to a lovely little babbling stream, and in a beautiful forest, and there are lanterns, and they're all different colors and shapes. And this is about making choices. This is the air suite, if you're into the tarot. This is swords suite. So it's about you being enlightened by the choices. That's what I'm getting from this. Being enlightened by the options and choices of what you look at. This person's sleeping, and it's almost like the sleeper of the third density. And when you enter into your 4th density, you are given options. You can choose to open this box or that box and find out what's new and what's coming to you all around you. And are you ready to open it up with your awareness? Are you ready to put your awareness focus, your spotlight of focus on that, and let it become an integrated part of your awareness? Wow. There you go. Oh, that's a lot for people who haven't heard those things before to take in. You could probably listen to it a few times and then let that different aspects of it sink in. Some of those things all by themselves are a lot for you to take in as a transition of function. Ooh. Okay, wow, dear ones, my beautiful family guides and friends, do you want to say anything else? Nope. They said that's a lot for you to do, so go forth and evolve. All right. Hi, this is a good time to click that like button. If you like this content and you want to see it improve and grow, give me a thumbs up. And if you really like it, you can subscribe. Thanks.